Everybody, it's Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and we are going to have some fun with some stamps and layering. And I'm doing this a little different this month because I thought it would be fun to give you an example. And you hear me talk all the time about when you get your stamp sets to play with them. Have fun with your stamps. Play with the inks, play with the combinations, play with the layers. And a lot of times when I make these examples for you, which I will show you those in a moment, I end up coming up with other ideas. So we're kind of doing this in reverse. And what I want to do is I'm going to build an actual greeting card with you to show you some of the ideas on how you can use your stamps and layer them, create a fun birthday card, and then I will go back and show you the examples. And so I'm kind of doing it in reverse. This is what ended up happening by me playing and enjoying just the process of mixing colors and doing different things. And I came up with something and I'm like, that would make such a pretty card. So I thought, I'm going to show you guys how to, after you've played, apply it to something. And we can all use more birthday cards, right? It's a great thing to have on hand. I make a couple cards every single month, and the stamp sets are so fun this month, and they're so beautiful. And there are stamp sets that are from the Serenity collection, which is the Cocoa Daisy April collection. But I feel like they're not April specific, so to speak. I think you can do so many fun things with these. So the first thing I did, if you've got an alpha set, this is a great way to use an alpha set is with a birthday card, right? So I'm using an uppercase. I did not use the lowercase on this one, but you totally could. You could do whichever you wanted to do. Just as a side note, the uppercase is part of our stamp subscription. These are just in the store a la carte. You'll be able to order those. And then I used this set here that has the tree that you can build, the fun kind of background shapes. That one is actually part of the scrapbooking kit. And then love the sentiments, right? This is going to be sitting out on my craft table all the time because it's going to work so nice to make tags and cards, anything like that. And I love the little made with love buys that you can put on the back of your card. This was part of the creative kit. And then these beautiful postage stamps. And I've got a couple of fun ways that you can use these as well. These turn into die cuts so easily. These were part of the deluxe journaling kit, just as a side note. So the first thing that I did is I got my happy birthday stamped on here. And one of the things I like to do is just stack some extra papers. You can use paper that you printed out that you didn't use or extra. Just print paper, just white paper. It gives you a little bit of cushion when you're stamping. I like that. And then I am using 3 colors. That's it. I'm using my VersaFine Onyx Black, my Stamp Market Blush Pink, and the Stamp Market Cherry Kisses. So just those 3 colors. We're going to make this super easy and simple. But I did go ahead and stamp the happy birthday, and I used, like I said, all of the uppercase. You can use any alpha that you have. We always have some of those in our stash. And then I'm going to start with the tree branches. So I'm going to do those in black. And I'm going to kind of come down off the side here a little bit, and I'm doing this at an angle. I'm hoping my stamps all come up. Normally I'm like right over top, but you guys will get the idea. That'll be fine, right? And then I'm also using my Lawn Fawn stamp chamois. This works so well for cleaning your stamps off in between and that. This stamp is included with the stamp set, and it actually is the foliage for the tree. So one of the things that I've talked about before is how you can get 2 colors from one stamp ink just by stamping it twice, okay? And I'm gonna actually, just to make sure I don't bump into this, I'm gonna move that over a little. So I'm going to ink up this one. And my red is getting a little wore out, but I think I've got enough on there. So this is fully inked, right? So I'm going to put that on here. And then I'm going to actually stamp it down again. And that gives me the lighter color. Now you could keep going and you can go even lighter. So it's kind of a way to get more than one tone, I guess, from your stamp ink by doing that. And then you create those layers and you create that great foliage on the tree. See? And again, that's just my little, that's fine. That's because I'm not over top of it. It's okay. That's what we love about stamping. Stamping's supposed to be forgiving too, right? Then the next thing I want to do is add the sentiment. I have the Let's Celebrate. And I'm just going to do that in black, and I'm going to add that over the top here. I think that's cute. Okay, now we want to add a little bit of dimension. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this happy using just kind of this random shape. It's kind of a blob, really, right? And I'm going to stamp that in the blush pink, and I'm going to go right over top of the happy. And it adds that other color, adds a little bit of dimension. It highlights the word happy. I think that's a lot of fun. Now, if you want to create some die cuts, and this will help you stretch your supplies, because die cuts, you can use them up and then they're gone. But if you use your stamps to create die cuts, you've got endless amounts of die cuts that you can make. So I wanted a little bit of dimension on here. And what I did is I went ahead and I stamped the postage stamps, and then I added the circle, and I'll do one of those right now, I'll show you. So I have my little circle blob, and I'm going to stamp that toward the top of that one. And then I want to do the love, and I believe, and please, I'm so sorry if I pronounce this wrong or if it's the wrong word. I think it's kanji is the name of this beautiful technique. And this symbol means love. There's two symbols on here. There's one that's dream and one that's love. So I already stamped the dream. I'm going to do the love. I'm going to do that in red, and I'm going to layer that over top of that little blush pink blob. And now, so you can see where I kept the blob toward the top so that it was behind the symbol, and then I have the little love. So now all you do is you cut these out, and I'm not going to be real fussy just for the sake of time. You could try and follow the postage stamp edge on this a little bit more if you wanted to, but like I said, we're just going to kind of do this quick. Then again, to create that dimension, I'm going to add a little bit of my favorite thing in the world, which is foam adhesive, because I use it all the time when I make cards, when I scrapbook, even in my planner, I use foam adhesive. Love this stuff. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and just kind of run them down the side. So I'm going to have this one here. And actually, I'm going to cover up my boo-boo with one of these as well. So I'm just going to put that one there. Just kind of layer them. I think they're super cute. Isn't that fun? And then we're going to have this one go down here. And if you wanted to, you could trim them off so that I think it'll fit in the envelope just fine. But if you wanted to, like I said, you could trim them off. So isn't that a fun, pretty card, right? How cute is that? So another way that you can use those postage stamps is with patterned paper. So let me show you what I did here. Same idea. So what I did is I stamped the image, And then I stamped it again on a piece of pattern paper. But I want just the middle. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut out just the middle like that. And then if you take that and you put that inside, you end up with that. Isn't that fun? So I would just glue that down with a little bit of adhesive. And again, there's another way to create a die cut, and that's just using some pattern paper. And then if you have a simple pattern, if you have a real subtle one, these are a little bit more on the busy side, but if you had a real subtle one, you could take another sentiment and stamp it on there as well. So adding even another layer to it. But let me show you how we ended up with this, right? Let me put these away so I don't get ink all over me. And some of the other colors that I'm using are the Blossom, the Peony, and the Hickory Smoke. Okay, so the stamp set, this one is from the scrapbooking kit. So you can see where I was playing around with the tree. I was playing around with different ways to layer it with some of the colored inks, and then adding the sentiments with it. So you have the April memories. There's this beautiful spring definition. I like that one. And then the feel the sun. Then I started playing around with the shapes and different ways that I could layer in the symbols with the shapes. So you can see where I did that on here and here. And then I also took, there's a thinner one that I added. So I stamped the April memories and just put the thin shape under it. You could create a whole background with the shapes, which is really kind of fun. You could stamp this lightly and add journaling, which I think would be really neat as well. So you wouldn't have to use the other stamps with it. You could just layer these and then add your journaling if you wanted to highlight something. And then the definition, this kind of made me think of like a sun as well. So I thought you could, I stamped the definition there and then masked off a little piece. You can see where I tried it a couple of different ways. I kind of like it this way better, and then stamped that over top in the red to create this what looks like almost like a setting sun. You move that up a little bit so you can see it all a little better. So those were some ways that I was kind of playing with the tree and everything. So that kind of gave me the idea of the tree with the other layers of color. It gave me the idea for layering these in here. And then I started playing with everything together, with the stamps, with adding some more of the little sentiments in the stamps, in some of the blobs, in with the tree. So you can see the progression of why I want you to play. I want you to take some scrap pieces of paper, some colors, figure out, I loved this mix. And this is actually what made me think of the happy birthday. And so you can see how playing ends up giving you all of these great ideas and great jumping off points. And then save these. I save my pages every month and I put them in a 3-ring binder. And I can flip back and then I can look at those and go, oh yeah, you've already done the creative process. So then you can look back at what you created and it's a great jumping off point. But this I thought was really, really fun. And this was my favorite color combination as well. So that shows you how we ended up here. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, these stamp sets are from the Serenity collection, which is our April collection. Go check those out and have fun stamping. Pull out some of your alpha sets and just play and have fun and share with us on our Facebook group. We'd love to see that. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you've been doing with your stamps. I would love to read your comments and I love to know what you're up to.